Narayana, 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 Narayana. Welcome, respected friends. Another day the Lord has given for us to remember Him, to reach Him. Let us understand it, accept it, and do our best to do the thing to be done, to reach the thing to be reached. Here we are to invoke the Parabrahma, Ishvara, Jagannatha, Devatagana, Guru Gana, and Shastra Gana's Kripa, and then understandingly strengthen our Loka Sevakadi Vyaktitwas. Here we are doing 5 things: Vedic chanting, common sense thought, Shanti mantras and Sankalpa, Upanishad mantra Ucharana, and then Upanishad mantra Adhyanam. Upanishad Shwethashwathara, Panchamodhyaha we just started, in which we are told about the Paramatma's glory. And after knowing that glory, recognizing glory, serve Him wherever, in whatever way to be done, then reach out to Him. To inform us in these things, to inspire us in these things, which is the essence of all Upanishads, which is the purpose of human life and the ultimate evolutionary goal to be achieved. That this fifth month, chapter mantras are there to guide us. Thank you that Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya is there to make it clear. What we have to understand it is what is said through the words and what is meant through the words. From this grosser dictionary meaning to the sublime indicated Lakshyartha, it is called technically, we have to reach to if we really want to study Shastras and get the ultimate benefit of them. And this happens, the ability to understand the ultimate meaning of these Shastras. That happens to us when we are consistent in our effort, of course, with our Shraddha and Bhakti. तो श्रद्धा भक्ति से निरंतर शास्त्र श्रवणाध्ययन करने से शास्त्र में हर एक शब्द और श्लोक के पीछे जो लक्ष्यार्थ छुपा है वो हमको रिवील होने लगता है. Knowing the lakshyartha is the fulfillment of studying the shastras. Then practicing what we know is the fulfillment of knowledge, and reaching the goal is the outcome of the practice. For this purpose, definite and clear, we are here. Now let us do the first thing, Vedic chanting, Rigvedaha, Dashama Mandalam, Anuvakas 62, 63, 64, 3 of them may take 8 to 10 minutes. Let us start. Om Athaveda Parayanam Rigvedaha Dashama Mandalam Atha द्विषष्टितम अनुवाकादारभ्य ॐ ये यज्ञेन दक्षिणया समक्ता इन्द्रस्य सख्यममृतत्वमानशः तेभ्यो भद्रमङ्गिरसो वो अस्तु प्रति गृह्णीतमानवं सुमेधनः सुमेधसः य उदाजनिजन्पितरो गोमयं वसृतेनाभिन्दन् परिवत्सरे वलम् दीर्घायुत्वमङ्गिरसो वो अस्तु प्रतिगृह्णीतमानसं सुमेधसः यरुतेन सूर्यमारोहयन् दिव्य प्रथयन् पृथिवीं मातरं विसुप्रजास्त्वमङ्गिरसो वो अस्तु प्रतिगृह्णीतमानवं सुमेधसः अयन्नाभावदति वल्गुवो गृहे देवपुत्रा ऋषयस्तच्छृणोतना सुब्रह्मण्यमङ्गिरसो वो अस्तु प्रतिगृह्णीतमानवं सुमेधसः विरूपास ईदृशयस्त इद्गम्भीरवेपसः ते अङ्गिरसः सूनवस्ते अग्नेः परिजग्निरे ये अग्नेः परिजग्निरे विरूपासो दिवस्परि नवग्वोऽनुदशग्वो अङ्गिरस्तमोसचा देवेषु मंहते इन्द्रेण युजानि सृजन्त वागतो व्रजं गोमन्तमश्विनम् सहस्रं मे ददतो अष्टकर्ण्यः श्रवो देवेष्वक्रधा प्रनूनं जायतामयं मनुस्तोक्मे वरोहतु यः सहस्रं शताश्वं सद्यो दानायमं हते न तमश्नोति कश्चन दिव इव सान्वारवम् सावर्ण्यस्य दक्षिणा विसिन्धुरिव पप्रथे उत दासाश्च मामहे सहस्रदाग्रामणिर्मारिषन्मनु सूर्येणास्येतमानयितु दक्षिणा सावर्णेर्देवाः प्रतिरन्त्वायुर्यस्मिन्नश्रान्ता हसनामवाजम् 63 परावतो ये दिदिशन्त आप्यं मनुप्रेतासो जनिमा विवस्वदः ययातेर्ये नौष्यस्य बर्हिषि देवा आसते ते अधिब्रुवन्तु नः विश्वा हि वो नमस्यानि वन्द्या नामानि देवा उत यज्ञियानि वः ये स्थजाता अदितेरद्भ्यस्पर्ये पृथिव्यास्तेम इह श्रुता हवम् येभ्यो माता मधुमत् पिन्वते पयः पीयूषं द्यौरदितिरदित्रिबर्हाः उक्तशुष्मान् वृषभरान् स्वप्नसस्ता आदित्या अनुमदा स्वस्तये ऋचक्षसो अनिमिषन्तो अर्हणा बृहद्देवासो अमृतत्वमानशुः ज्योतिरथा अहिमाया अनागसो दिवो वर्ष्माणं वसते स्वस्तये सम्राजो ये सुवृधो यज्ञमाययुरपरिवृता दधिरे दिवि क्षयं ता आविवास नमस सुवृक्तिभिर्महो आदित्या अदितिं स्वस्तये को वः स्तोमं रादति यञ्जुजोषत विश्वे देवासो मनुषो यतिष्ठनः ष्ठन को वोद्वरन्तु विजाता अरङ्करद्यो न वर्षदत्यं हः स्वस्तये येभ्यो होत्रां प्रथमामा ये जे मनु समिद्धाग्निर्मनसा सप्तहोतृभिः त आदित्या अभयं शर्म यच्छत सुगानः कर्तसुपधा स्वस्तये य ईशिरे भुवनस्य प्रचेतसो विश्वस्य स्थातुर्जगतश्चमन्तवः तेन कृतादकृतादेन न स्पर्यद्या देवासः पिप्रुता स्वस्तये भरेष्विन्द्रं सुहवं हवामहीं होमुचं सुकृतं दैव्यञ्जनम् अग्निं मित्रं वरुणं सातये भगन्द्या वा पृथिवी मरुतः स्वस्तये सूत्रावाणं पृथिवीं द्यामनेहसं सुशर्वाणमदितिं सुप्रणीतिं दैवीं नावं स्वरित्रामनागसमस्रवन्तीमा रुहीमा स्वस्तये विश्वे यजत्रा अधिवोचतोतये त्रायध्वन्नो दुरेवाया अभिहृतः सत्यया वो देवहूत्याहुवेम शृण्वतो देवा अवसे स्वस्तये अपामी वामपविश्वामनाहुतिमपारातिं दुर्विदत्रामघायतः हारे देवाद्वेषो अस्मद्युयोतनोरुणः शर्म यच्छता स्वस्तये हरिष्ठः समर्थो विश्व एदते प्रजाभिर्जायते धर्मणस्परि यमादित्यासो नयतासु नीतिविरति विश्वानि दुरिता स्वस्तये यन्देवासो बत वाजसातौ यं शूरसाता मरुतो हिते दने प्रातर्यावाणं रथमिन्द्र सा नसिमरिष्यन्तमारुहेम स्वस्तये स्वस्ति नः पत्यासु धन्वसु स्वस्त्यप्सु वृजने स्वर्वते स्वस्ति नः पुत्रकृतेषु योनिषु स्वस्तिराये मरुतो दधातन स्वस्तिरिद्धिप्रपथे श्रेष्ठा रेक्ष्णस्वत्यभिया वाममेथे सानो अमासो अरणे निपातु स्वावेधा भवतु देवगोपा एवाप्लतेः सूनुरविवृदध्वो विश्व आदित्या अदिते मनीषी ईशानासो नरो अमर्त्येनास्ता विजनो दिव्योगयेन. One more, 64. कथा देवानां गतमस्य यामनि सुमन्तु नाम शृण्वतां मनामहे को मृणाति कथमो नो मयस्करत्कथम ऊती अव्याववर्तति क्रतूयन्ति क्रतवो हृत्सु धीतयो वेनन्ति वेनाः पतयन्त्यादिक्षः न मर्डिता विद्यते अन्य एभ्यो देवेषु मे अधिकामा अयंसत नरावाशं सम्भूषणमगोक्ष्यमग्निन् देवेद्धमभ्यर्चसे गिरा सूर्यामासा चन्द्रमसा यमन् दिवित्रितं वातमुषसमक्तुमश्विना कथा कविस्तु वीरवान् कया गिरा बृहस्पतिर्वावृदते सुवृक्तिभिः अज एकपात्सु हवेभिर्वृकभिरहिः शृणोतु बुध्न्यो हवीमनि दक्षस्य वादिते जन्मनि व्रते राजाना मित्रावरुणा विवाससे अतूर्तवन्दाः पुरुरथो अर्यमा सप्तहोता विशुरूपेषु जन्मसु तेनो अर्वन्तो हवनः श्रुतो हवं विश्वे शृण्वन्तु वाजिनो मिदद्रवः सहस्रसा मेधसाता विवत्मना महो ये धनं समितेषु जभ्रिरे प्रभो वायुं रथयुजं पुरन्धिं स्तोमैः कृणध्वं सख्याय भूषणम् ते हि देवस्य सवितुः सवीमनिक्रतुं सचन्दे सचितस्य चेतसः त्रिसप्तसहस्रा नद्यो महीरपो वनस्पतीन् पर्वता अग्निमोतये कृशानुमस्त्रून्तिष्यं सदस्थ रुद्रं रुद्रेषु रुद्रियं हवामहे सरस्वती सरयुः सिन्धुरोर्मिभिर्महो महीरवसायन्तु वक्षणीः देवीरापो देवीरापो मातरः सूदयित्वो कृतवत्सयो मधुमन्नो अर्चत उदमाता बृहद्दिवा शृणोतु नस्त्वष्टा देवेभिर्जनिमिः पितावजः रुक्षा वाचो रतस्पतिर्भगो रण्वः शंसः शशमानस्य पातु नः रण्वः सन्दृष्टौ पितुमा इव क्षयो भद्रा रुद्राणां मरुतामुपस्तुतिः गोभिः श्याम यशसो जनेष्वा सदा देवास इडयास चेमहि यां मेधियं मरुत इन्द्रदेवा आददात वरुणमित्रयूयं तां पीवयत वयसेव धेनुं कुविद्गिरो अधिरते वहात कुविदङ्गप्रतियथाचिदस्य नः सजात्यस्य मरुतोरुपो उबोदधा नाभायत्र प्रथमं सन्नसामहे तत्र जामित्वमतिथिर्दधातु नः ते हि द्यावा पृथिवे मातरा मही देवी देवां जन्मना यज्ञिये इदः उभे बिभृत उभयं वरीमभिः पुरूरेतांसि पितृभिश्च सिञ्जतः विशाहोत्रा विश्वमश्नोति वार्यं बृहस्पतिररमतिः विपनीयसीम् ग्रावायत्र मधुशुद्युच्यते बृहदवीव शन्तमतिभिर्मनीषिणः एवा कविस्तु वीरवागमृतज्ञा द्रविणस्युर्द्रविणश्च सश्च कासनः उक्तेभिरत्र मतिभिश्च विप्रोपीपयद् गयो दिव्यानि जन्म एवाप्लतेः सूनुरवीव वृदध्वो विश्व आदित्या अदिते मनीषी ईशानासो नरो अमर्त्येनास्ता विजन्यो जनो दिव्यो गयेन. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Friends, again and again repeated, our chanting of this Veda mantras is a good practice to be in touch with, familiar with This Vedic lore also a gratitude to our rishis, etc. Only when we do them, they are with us. If we don't do, they are never. I believe I might have heard earlier these chants from some rishis chanting. Maybe Sankalpa might have been done कि मुझे भी पढ़ना है. That's why Tathastu rishis have said. Therefore, the Parayanam is happening now. Again, I am making a prayer and Sankalpa that Parayanam is not enough. The artha, the meaning of every one of these Veda mantras with all their sublimities be revealed to me. So I am praying it. So the Lord Rishis definitely will bless me. Somewhere I go and listen to them, study them and understand. Then again I'll have another sankalpa that studying, understanding is not enough. To get the benefit of them, I must practice them. When the sankalpa of mine is sufficiently strong, again the tathastu devatas and the devatas whom I am praying to, worshipping, they'll bless me. Then I'll be able to do that. Then when I am praying and sincere in doing till the goal is reached, it will be reached. Like this, I believe, let us believe that everybody grows and glows in life. That's why this Veda Mantrocharana, those are regularly coming, for them it's familiar. For those once in a while come, to them it may appear the title is Upanishad class. Why this Vedic chanting? Just to make them aware this is how. Now, our second aspect of the day is our common sense thought, friends. Today's common sense thought is simple. He, first and foremost, recognize what beautiful, great faculties we are given by the Paramatma, by the nature. First, be aware of them. Know what you have. Know what you are given. Not at all difficult to know. Become aware of while knowing only that this Deha is given. We have the Sthula Sharir. Then within that we are given the Shakti, the Prana Shakti. Then we are also given the most sophisticated, beautiful, unique, and what do you call them? Wonderful they are. Surprising gifts of the Indriyas. Each of them, you see, the entire world of ophthalmologists, they may repair the eye, they may even come to the level of transplanting the eye, but they cannot produce that eye. Neither the gross eye, which is a part of the Sthula Sharira, nor the subtle eye called as the Drushti, the vision. Anna, can anybody, even if somebody can do, can they produce in such a mass scale that every human being, every animal, every bird fitting to their own Sthula Shariras, those sizes of the eyes are given, shapes of the eyes are given. They're not same. आपका मेरा आंख मगरमच्छी का आंख मच्छर का आंख हाथी का आंख तितली का आंख सारे एक नहीं होते. Can anybody make them? I'm just giving an example. The sophistication or the unbelievable, surprising capacities of our faculties. And then one eye only, but it can see all colors without itself getting colored. It can see all the shapes. One eye. Isn't it like if you take a spanner, उसका नंबर 12 है तो ओनली 12 वाला बोल्ट या नट वो टाइट करेगा. 11 और 13 है तो इट कैनॉट. Isn't it? But the eye, how many colors, form, shapes it can see. फ्री में दिया भगवान. So like that the ears, like that the nostrils or the skin, each of them have a beautiful great purpose. and the smell knows too, isn't it? So remember what we are given. Know them, be aware of them. Second, third one is this indriyas, sharira, prana, indriya. Third is the most sublime thing, most powerful thing, the sankalpa vikalpa doing mana. और वो मन तो कोई साइंटिस्ट वगैरह तो बना ही नहीं सकते उसको. They have to first of all realize it is there, it is very powerful, it is divine gift. All of that केवल spiritual लोग ही समझ सकते हैं. Outer scientists not that much. The subtle stuff called as mind. Then the same mind, when it is gaining knowledge, it's called as buddhi. When it is retaining knowledge, it is called as chittam. See how much of the knowledge we remember. How many things we remember. Is it not a miracle? So many. First of all, we remember who we are, which house we have to go. अपने ही घर जाते हैं, पड़ोसी के नहीं. अपने ही ऑफिस जाते हैं. Don't take it lightly. Not we are going to office only one day straight. Till we are retired every day for 35 years to the same office we are going without mistake is an everyday achievement. That means every day the memory is working there. चित्त की बात कह रहा हूं मैं, है ना? अब मान लो भूल गए who are your children, कितना chaotic हो जाएगा. Which are your कपड़े यार, all other things, your friends, relatives, your vehicle. भूल गया मेरी गाड़ी कौन सी है, पार्किंग में तो रखा था. Isn't it? कितना है जो चित्त की बात. And then a most beautiful responsible entity called as the aham. It's also a gift. The beauty of this aham, if it is rightly utilized. Bhagavan has given all of them. So he gave deha, he gave prana, he gave indriya, he gave mana, he gave the buddhi, he gave the chitta, he gave the aham. All these beautiful gifts, we have to become conscious and aware of every one of them. First point is be aware of what we are given. Second point is what? Be careful. See to it that they are not degraded or destroyed. All the faculties, each one of them, I will not explain, do your homework. How they get degraded or destroyed, isn't it? By misusing them, we destroy them, we degrade them. And what is the misuse of each of these faculties? You all know. If you don't know, you better know. And for that, you think. I will think for myself. It's a homework. First is be aware not to degrade or destroy these faculties. First, become aware of them. Second, see that they are not degraded or destroyed. Third is what? Key, maintain them. Every one of them have to be maintained. They are given gifts, na? They are having of greatest purposes, so they have to be maintained. Just because we study Vedanta and in the Vedanta we say all these faculties are mithya, that is a different subject, different parallels it is. Even to know all that, we have to have the faculties. Then they have to be maintained. One of the big mistake done by all is what? Non-maintaining of the most beautifully given faculties. And it's a very terrible, dirty habit. Mainly of we the Indians, whatever we are given, we don't value them, we don't maintain them properly, we don't respect them. Whether it is a clothes, whether it is chapel, whether it is a beautiful prakriti that is given, or in our own house where we stay, the space given, the neighborhood given, whatever, भैया maintain करना पड़ता है. All those things that are given have to be maintained. Like example of kapda maintain is properly wash them timely, then iron them properly, keep in a good place. They're all called maintenances. We have to protect them from getting degraded, destroyed. Then we have to respectfully maintain them. Okay, third point. First, recognize what they are. Second, stop from degradation. In whatever the way we are doing, it is very subjective. I will not touch that. Third is maintaining. Fourth is essential. Each of these have to be empowered, have to be beautified to whatever the extent they can be done. Empower them, beautify them to the extent they can be done. Think about it. Maintenance is different. Empowering is little higher than that. Like eating the food is a maintenance of the sharira. But doing little exercises, yoga, it is empowering the sharira to be more powerful, more capable of doing things. Same way to the mind intellect also, there are so many empowering aspects. When they are done, they become more powerful than what they are now. Whatever possible, infinitely we may not be able to do them, but thoda to hum koshish kar sakte. The fourth point is, other than maintaining, along with maintaining, empowerment of them, beautification of them, whatever the word you use it. Fourth point. Then comes the most important fifth one. Make utilization of all these faculties for all the outer purposes. Two purposes only are there outside. One purpose is the most sacred thing called as our duties obligatory. Second is, if you are, because we are human, because we are intelligent, we think so, we can make lots of goals outside. We should, individualized and total. Then to achieve those goals, in whatever the way these faculties have to be utilized, they have to be utilized. While utilizing the other aspects of empowering, maintaining, protecting them from degradation, those things should continue. उनको नहीं छोड़ना. याद रखो, जिंदगी भर जब तक हम जिंदा है, ये सारा हर दिन करना पड़ता है, लगातार करना पड़ता है. इसको याद रखो. You cannot. That mental preparedness, mental understanding, mental acceptance must be there. Like somebody married, so he lifelong, as long as he and she both are alive, he'll have to take care of her. That's called marriage. You can't neglect her even one day in one aspect too. Even if she has gone to Maika, you have to be in touch through phone nowadays or in the mind. Hope she's fine and all. She also the same. Like I am in an office, till I am there in that office, till I am retired or leave it and go somewhere else. Is it not that every day I have to go and do the work? In the same way. Right? So the first one, recognize what are they. Second one, don't allow them to degrade and get destroyed. Third, all measures taken for the maintenance of them. Fourth one is, try the best to make them more efficient by empowering them, by beautifying them in whatever the way each and of them. Fifth one is Sri Rama. And the sixth one is last one. The same faculties, slowly we have to start utilizing them for the spiritual goal. Because in using them for spiritual goal alone, there is true fulfillment in them. They are given for that purpose only ultimately. The other two purposes of our dharma as well as our other goals are for the time being only to maintain them, to see that they are intact. But the purpose of all these are only for our spiritual utilization and spiritual growth. Mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, for the adhyatmikata. Deha, indriya, prana, All of them are also to be slowly used for Adhyatmika Lakshya. This is how we have to understand about all of them and be aware of that understanding and fully engage in them. Right? 6 points. Now the seventh and eighth are very, very essential. The seventh point is what? Ki, in doing all this, while doing all these things, three aspects. First, the clear understanding with its memory. मैं समझ गया हूं, मैं याद रखता हूं. And I understood all this and I remember all of that. Knowledge about all this. And I remember all of that. This is first one. Second point is what? I must be very, very firm in my resolution. Understanding firmness in our resolution, in all what was said in the 6 points. With myself, I have to be very firm in my resolution. Nischayatmika buddhi. The third is very, very essential. Be attentive. Try to catch it. Ki, along with being firm while performing all that is said so far, be attentive with the outer world of things or beings or situations, and with our own faculties or even the nonsensical habits, whatever we have, be careful. We have to be ruthless. When the firmness is not there in my own resolution, my initiative itself will be diladala in all these things, mainly making use of the faculties for the outer and inner purposes. If I don't have my own clarity of knowledge, understanding, and I don't remember it, then if I don't firmly myself resolve, this is where we go wrong. And this is today's main point. All other things are already many times said things and they are only to build up. But the main point is this only. हम अपने ही resolution में firm नहीं रहते. First of all, we are not resolved. Second, even if resolved, we are not firm in that. And for resolution, we have to have clarity. And many of us don't even have the clarity. Clarity of what we said just now. What we have, how to see that they are not destroyed, how to maintain them, how to empower them, and how to be utilizing them for the outer two purposes, and how to utilize them for spiritual purposes. Purpose, the whole knowledge aspect of it should be very clear. And we should remember it all the time. लेकिन ज्ञान का तभी मतलब है जब उसका याद होता है, जब उसको यूज करना है. After remembering it, knowing and remembering, the firmness in our resolution. It's a big subject. I am leaving it for your discussion more and more. Firmness we have to have in our own resolution. Equally important is what? Our ruthlessness toward the things and beings. In the sense, the sentiments they send to us, the obligations they put in front of us, the blackmailings they try to do. In so many ways, the world comes to us because of its own selfishness and so many things. If I'm not ruthless, be attentive. For every of those things I succumb to, then I will never be able to achieve all these things. That ruthlessness should be there with regard to my upadhis also. Because these upadhis always, because of our earlier habits, have the demands of making us do those things by which they are destroyed. If I am not ruthless with my own faculties, you just shut up. You are given this training by me, you are used by me for this positive purpose, for that only you are there. If that ruthlessness nahi hai, then the body says, soja, soja, soja. What soja? Buffalo? If you are not ruthless with the body, then we listen to it. Then half of the life gone only for sleep. If we are not ruthless with our sense organs, then they will keep on demanding some or the other bhoga, not the yoga. क्या बोलो ruthless होना है कि नहीं हमको? If you're not ruthless with your eye and say, shut up, enough of seeing this TV from so many years. What have you gained? What I have gained? It is nothing but waste of time. Today I am taking sannyas with regard to watching TV. From today till whole life I am not going to see it. अब देखो, then only all the time and energy, peace of the mind, all of them are conserved. Na? One example I am giving. So too the ruthlessness with the tongue. You stupid tongue, you demand so much to fulfill your demands. My mind and intellect are always engaged for that, and the stomach is every day destroyed because of you. And I have sufficiently listened to you. Now, today I am ruthless. Shut up. I am not going to fulfill your demands. I'm just giving examples. Huh? If we are not ruthless with our faculties and the people around, and like if you are not ruthless to say no to the people, you will always be under obligation. First thing we sacrifice is all our goals and duties and spiritualities. And the pravaha, the flow of the outer, such obstacles never ends. It will come from any direction. Don't think about why they are coming, what from they are coming, how long they come. But just be firm, ruthless in your resolution and application. That's it. आने दो जाने दो. Why are we so much concerned? We should be concerned about our goals, our achievements, which are made with right thinking. The outer goals and inner spiritual goals. Isn't it? We are here to do something to the society through achieving some goals. Spectacular. And all those are authorized goals, well thought of goals, useful goals for the world. अब उसको करने के समय every Tom, Dick and Harry will disturb us and every of the faculties. If you have learned the wrong thing of listening to them, becoming sentimental, obliging them, then none of the small little domestic related activity also we can't do. Forget about achieving the goals. So firmness, clarity of understanding, firmness in our resolution, ruthless while dealing with all outer things and beings, also our upadis. Why not? If we are not ruthless with the mind brings that emotion. चलो आज छोड़ दो क्लास थक जाएंगे आज और कहीं घूमने जाते. That will project or put up so many sankalpas. It will take the help of the indriyas and sharir also. शरीर को कहते हैं शरीर तू भी आ जा. देखो 1 घंटा बैठना पड़ता है ना. चलो थक जाते हैं हम. कमर में दर्द, कमरे में दर्द. एंड यू आर ऑल्सो कितना ओल्ड हो गए तो चलो हेल्प मी. बोथ द शरीर एंड मन टुगेदर ब्रिंग दैट इमोशन. चलो आज थक गए सो जाते हैं क्लास अटेंड नहीं करें. You have to be ruthless. Are you alive or dead? I am alive. Till you are dead, you have to do the things. Never remember your age. Age is only a concept. If you think you are old at the age of 30 only. Don't think it is healthy, it is hale and hearty. Keep doing work, that's all. और जब होगा उसको ओल्ड एज डिसीज मरेगी मरने दो. बट अब तो ठीक है. Again that concept comes, I am so old, how can you do this? But as a oldie, you are doing the bhogan. भोगन तुम मना नहीं करते हो. Swami, I am so old, I cannot sit for the class. But you can sit for the TV, eh? You can sit for chit chatting with all equally stupid friends. Hmm? See that how we get cheated by our own faculties. That's why we said ruthless. Whoever have become ruthless in their life in rejecting such obstructions, etc., they alone have brought out their own abilities into performance. They could alone enjoy the achievements. So, what are the 7 things? Know what you have, don't allow them to degrade, maintain them, empower them, make right use of them for the outer 2 purposes, make use of them for the spirituality, and while doing so, Be clear in the knowledge, be firm in the resolution, be ruthless with the outer situations, things, beings, and with the faculties. Then only the joy of doing, joy of achieving, and then that is alone joy of living. A fulfillment of a human being is this. And all in all, always our concluding thought is all of these slowly have to be turned towards only one thing, that our inner deeper spiritual goal. फाइनली तो हमारा लक्ष्य ये है ना, तो धीरे धीरे हमें स्पिरिचुअल गोल ही रखकर उसी को पाने के लिए सारे चेष्टाएं, क्रियाएं, कर्म, साधना करने वाले हमें 100% बनना. अदरवाइज यू आर ए संसारी. With all these principles that are told, understood, and followed, still, if one is only in the samsara, then I am a fool as a Swami to tell you to be an efficient samsari. Isn't it? Then it's a lanat, it's an insult to me as a Swami. I cannot tell you any worldly goal. Conclusion is adhyatmika only. Isn't it? But in general, this is how the secrets of performances and achievements lie in. Use them for adhyatmikata. That's the suggestion. Thank you. 7 things we have seen. Sadhana Saptakam or Avagahana Saptakam, whatever you name it. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Om Yerime Gurubhi Purvam. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam. ओम सुकृते धिकृते बहुधा भवतो. ओम ब्रह्मानंदम परम सुखदम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद् गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्ति सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वध्यात्मिक प्रगति धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयः श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्म से बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे शाश्वत रूपेण वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः अद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंद निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः. Parayanam. Friends, from 11 to 14, 4 mantras. Let us chant. Om Sankalpana Sparshana Drushti Mohaihi Grasambu Vrushtyaatma Vivruddhi Janma Karmanuganyanukramena Dehi Sthaneshu Rupani Avisamprapadyate Stulani Sukshmani Bahuni Chaiva रूपाणि देहि स्वगुणैर्वृणोति क्रियागुणैरात्मगुणैश्च तेषां संयोगहेतुरपरोऽपि दृष्टः अनाद्यनन्तं कलिलस्य मध्ये विश्वस्य स्रष्टारमनेकरूपं विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः भावग्राह्यमनीडाख्यं भावाभावकरं शिवं कलासर्गकरं देवं ये विदुस्तेजहुस्तनुम्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः. फिफ्थ चैप्टर. चतुर्थाध्याय शेषम् अपूर्व अर्थं प्रतिपादयितुं पंचमोऽध्यायः आरभ्यते. द्वे अक्षरे इत्यादि. So to complete what is said and discontinued in chapter 5, and also to say apurva, which was not said in the so far discussed four chapters. For these two purposes, the fifth chapter is there. The fifth chapter has two topics: continuation of what is said in fourth, as well as the new things. Right? Now, the first mantra: Om Dve Akshare Brahma Pare Tvanante Vidya Vidye Nihite Yatra Gudhe Ksharam Tvavidya Hi Amrutam Tvavidya Vidya Vidye Ishate Yastu Sonyaha. Every word sacred, total. Meaning of the shloka is very sublime and sacred. Always, when we come to such adhyatmika classes, not the cinemas, etc., of entertainment, when we come to such adhyatmic classes, of every of the mantra, total meaning, indicated meaning, while understanding it, we always should develop a habit of relating that meaning with our life. Because Shastras are the mirrors showing to us what we are and guiding us as to what we have to become and how to. So if you don't relate at all the Shastra Jnana to us, then it's like any novel, it's like any storybook, it's like any general news of the world जिससे हमारा कोई संबंध ही नहीं है ना. There should be a difference between that information and this one. It's information, the continuous information in the world, what's happening between two countries, two continents. Information. You are not related and nothing is required for us to know. Maybe one or two, like the all other countries are bent upon attacking India, jealous of our country's growth. So one thing we can do is Swadeshi. Let me work hard and let me produce, create the things indigenous so that I don't depend on others. And I am not. Rakshasa to cheat other desha countries. I'm not doing. India doesn't does that. It never does. We are honestly growing. But it is natural of all the immature people to have jealousy. And to immaturity, they also have the cruelty, crookedness. Then they try all the means to destroy others. That's how the Maya, that's how the Moha, that's how the arrogance, that's how the stupidity. And all of that function depending on the power. If you're an ordinary American citizen, you only say, Are India are growing, kya karume? If you're a president of America, you will do all stupidity because that power is there. So that's the world. So let me, being a Sanatana Dharma Indian, I'll see that production is done indigenously and only our Indian products I'll use. This much is of great consequence from our side. More than that, बाकी जितना जहाँ कहीं हो रहा है उतना इंफॉर्मेशन हमको जानने की जरूरत नहीं. पता भी चले, you need not relate at all. Somewhere some sentiment, some emotion, everywhere some prayer. That let all the wars stop, people come together with humanity and understandings. More than that, the final solution for all problems, individual, total, are only when each one aims at the spiritual true perfection. This is the ultimate truth. So let us pray. Let the whole universe be dharmika and mumukshu. That's what we do every day in all our 6 classes. In the Vishwe, Dharma Moksha Purushartha Supratishtha Avaptyartham. Dharma Purushartha and Moksha Purushartha. Everybody doing their Dharma duty, not a Dharma, and the Moksha aiming at their liberation. Other than these two are Artha and Kama. है ना. अर्थ काम पुरुषार्थ के जाओ तो धर्म मोक्ष दोनों बिगड़ जाएंगे. You become a liability to the world. So therefore we pray. That's enough with regard to what? No need. But scriptures ऐसा नहीं होता. Every scriptural knowledge we gain, we have to relate it to ourselves. Then only there is a purpose. And for that purpose only the Shastras are given. By the Rishis, by the Lord. Right? Now let us see this mantra. Dve akshare brahma pare tvanante vidya vidye nihite yatra gudhe ksharantva vidya hi amrutam tu vidya shara vidya vidye ishate yastu sonyah. See, these shlokas are packed with so much meaning in these few aksharas, few padas, and few sentences. Our genius is to ponder over them and see to it that every word of that is understood and utilized to their maximum. I know, like an intelligent human being. If there is a tree, how maximum best the tree has to be utilized. We must know every part of the tree, how best it can be utilized. When it is alive or when it has to be cut. हर एक चीज कोई वेस्ट नहीं कर. So too, when I have get a salary, every pi of it, rupee of it, how I have to utilize it. ये सोच होना चाहिए हमको. In the same way, these mantras. Right? Let us see with Bhashya. Without Bhashya, the meaning of this sloka is so beautifully simple, simply beautiful. Dve. First of all, two. Which are the two you have to ask? Vidya, Vidya. They will ask them, where are they supported, where are they rooted? They are supported and rooted in Akshare, uh, Brahmapare, Anante. In that only, they are Nihite and Gude. Nihite is supported, Gude is hidden. These two. Now, what are these two? Ksharantu Vidya. Sorry, Ksharantu Avidya. Amrutantu Vidya. The Avidya is Kshara Swarupa and Vidya is Amruta Swarupa. Okay. Then both of them, Vidya Vidya, Ishate Yahatu, the one who is the Lord of these two, Vidya Vidya, दोनों का, Saha Anyaha, is somebody other than these two. तो इसमें इतना गूढ़ गंभीर सूक्ष्मात सूक्ष्म अर्थ है. I cannot tell all of them right now. Otherwise, this one shloka will take 10 days. Because in that the whole detail is given. Like everything, like आप सिनेमा देख के आए हो. Your girl में पूछे कैसा था सिनेमा, tell us. You just tell it started this way and then the hero इस तरह story चला. 3 minutes you can tell. Or if they ask tell in detail and you are interested, every detail you can tell for 10 days. Same cinema. You can tell with all the explanations of every aspect. With your own bhashya. अपना भाष्य दे सकते. भाष्य भी एंड सजेशंस इम्प्रूवमेंट्स कि डायरेक्टर को ऐसा करना चाहिए था, प्रोड्यूसर को ऐसा करना चाहिए था. Like when you watch cricket match, you will give all direction and production or suggestion to the batsman or to the bowler or to the fielder or to the umpire or to the commentator or to the coach. सबको अब आइडिया देते जाते. बैठे बैठे आइडिया सबको आते. So this shloka that way has so many things. Okay. मोटे तौर पर इतना समझ लो, there are two things. One is avidya, second is vidya. Avidya binds, vidya liberates. Okay. Vidya liberates us from the avidya. But both of them, be attentive, are only in the Vyavahara and Sadhana. While in Vyavahara we were caught up by samsari, and to come out of when we were doing the sadhana, in either times, the support of both of Vidya Vidya, the substratum of both Vidya and Avidya, the Brahman, the Atman, the Paramatma, is untouched by them. That is the meaning of Ishate Yahatu Saha Anyaha. है ना. इसको और एक तरह से कहते हैं that the consciousness is present. In its presence, the faculties, including the ego, do wrong things and get bound. The faculties, with right understanding, vidya, do right things and get liberated. In case of Upadhi is getting bound and Upadhi Tadatma Jiva getting bound, and in his trying to get liberated, the self inside is always there untouched. That's the meaning of Anyaha. This Anya word everywhere comes. Anashnan, Anyaha, Avichakashiti. Anya, so Anya, Anya. He is Anya. Why this Anya word and what is its importance is? Like in the dream, so many things are happening. All those things that are happening on the substratum, the mind, the waking mind, which is anya. What is the anyata of this waking mind? That everything that was happening in the dream, even at the time of happening, also has never touched the waking mind. Little tough to crack this nut, little tough to catch this point. But try, आज नहीं तो कल समझ में आएगा. Because the Paramatma has to be kept always pure, intact, pristine, in a state of being that is Satchidananda, and he is, as we saw yesterday, he is Achyuta. Paramatma cannot come down to any level. तभी जाकर वो जैसे कि वैसे हैं, then only by realizing him we can get moksha. If there is some modification in Paramatma, he is no more there as Paramatma. Then nobody can achieve him. Even if he is achieved, he is not in his earlier pristine glory. Therefore, there is no moksha. So, a अन्य बात ध्यान से पकड़ लेना. The self, the divinity, is always untouched by the gamut of the entire cosmos or the world in its totality, in its Srishti Sthiti Laya, in the individuality, in Bandha and Moksha. समष्टि विश्व का सृष्टि स्थिति लय काल में, इंडिविजुअल का बंधन और साधना और मोक्ष काल में, ये जो अंदर का आत्मा वस्तु है वो अन्य है. It is different and untouched. Not only that, it is the supporter. And how it is supporting, be attentive. By being present there. याद रख लेना इस बात को, थोड़ा कठिन है. By being there present, like electricity, how it is making the bulb glow, fan move. You don't see any dynamic activity as you and I do the activity of running, of jogging, activity of cutting vegetable. ऐसा आपको दिखता है क्या? बिजली जो है जाकर वो फिलामेंट को जला रही है या पंखे को धक्का देकर. Do you see the panting of electricity for 1 hour pushing the fan to move? Or do you see the panting of the petrol that it is pushing the vehicle or car with such a speed for such a time for such a distance? No. Then what? In the presence of petrol, it moves. In the presence of electricity, it glows. There is no effort in the electricity. It's just mere present. And things happen. In the same way, in the pure presence of Paramatma Tattva, things are happening. And if it is not there, they won't happen. That's the less relation between them. In the presence of petrol, the vehicle moves. Without petrol, the vehicle will not move. But petrol is not pushing the vehicle. In its presence, the vehicle is. So too, without sun, we are not active or alive. When the sun is there, then only we get up and are acting. But only in the presence of the thing, sun, these are happening. Sun is not making all this do. He is not doing and he is not pushing us. So the petrol example, the electricity example, the sun example. To convey the point, Anyaha. The Brahman, the Atman, the self is there. Like I am talking now. So vigorously the mouth is talking. The eyes are looking at the book. The mind is thinking as to, am I communicating properly or not? While all this is happening, the position of the conscious self is intact. It is not becoming any of these things, nor it is actively pushing the things to happen. Yet, without it, they can't happen. That is the relationless relation between the substrate and the Paramatma and all this. And at the higher level of contemplation, we understand that these are all Kalpita. And Kalpita by the Shakti. And Shakti cannot be independent of him. ये सारे वेदांत के मर्म रहस्य सूक्ष्म हमें पकड़ में लाना चाहिए. Then apply it to yourself. What's the applications? I am the self. All these faculties function in my power, in my presence. I need not be their slave. Let them come and go. Let me be in the self. इस तरह से इसको अप्लाई करना होता है. Now let us see this mantra, very potential, powerful, with the Bhashya. Dve, Bhashyakara's Bhashya, we are starting to study. Dve means do. Dve means do. That's all. Like in English, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. हिंदी में 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. संस्कृत में एकम, द्वे, त्रीणि, चत्वारि, पञ्च, षट्, सप्त, अष्ट, नव, दश, एकादश, द्वादश, त्रयोदश, चतुर्दश, पंचदश. Today's एकादश. Like that, the Sanskrit words number के लिए. तो द्वे mean दो, two. See, dve, do, two. They go so together. See that trini is three. Teen in Hindi. Three in English. Many of the Sanskrit English words are somehow rooted in Sanskrit, you can say. Because सारे भाषाओं को वही मूल है. Anyway, that's not our subject. Dve, two, which are they? Vidya, Vidya. Vidya and Avidya. Okay. Yasmin, in whom they are supported? Akshare. We have to always, while studying Bhagavan Bhashya, keep the shloka in the mind. Look at the shloka, look at the Bhashya. Like Dve in the shloka, Dve is two number that need not be commented. So Bhashyakara did not give Bhashya. Then Uchar those Dve, second line में बताया. What is Vidya? Vidya he brought there. Dve, दो चीजें कौन है? विद्या और अविद्या. Vidya, Vidya. Now the second word in the first is Akshare. You'll have to explain Akshare. What is Akshare? Akshara means it is also direct meaning that never perishable. उसको स्पेशली बोले अक्षर नहीं होता वो उसको अक्षर कहते हैं. अब इसको स्पेशली भाष्य लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. So they, two of them, which are they? Vidya, Vidya. Both of them are Akshare. It means in the Akshara Brahma. Akshare means Saptami Vibhakti. In the Akshara Parabrahma. Okay. Akshare. Akshare is not to be, no need to be commented, so he left it. So Dve, Vidya, Vidya, two of them, Vidya and Avidya, Akshare, in the Akshara Brahma. Then Aksharas, Visheshanas are given in the Upanishad mantra only. Which are they? Brahma Pare, Anante. There he is commenting. What do you mean by Brahma Pare? Brahmanaha Hiranyagarbhat Pare Brahma Pare. This Akshara Parabrahma is Para, supreme to the Brahma, which is Brahma Hiranyagarbha. So the Hiranyagarbha se Pare is Brahma Pare. Here the word Brahma has to be said as Hiranyagarbha. Then only the Para word is there. Because Para use किया ना. Brahma Pare means beyond Brahman. अरे beyond Brahman और क्या होगा? Brahman is beyond everything, no? The Brahman is beyond everything, and for that Brahman this word is used. Therefore here Brahma means you have to interpret as Hiranyagarbha. So Brahma Pare means Hiranyagarbha se bhi Pare. Hiranyagarbha is subtle, total subtle body. Right? Total gross body is, Samashti gross body is Virat, Samashti Sukshma Sharira is Hiranyagarbha, Samashti Ishvara. Okay? Little more I have to say. There are always two things. One is the matter, second is the Paramatma expressing through that matter. Okay? Matter is Maya. Paramatma expressing through that is Ishvara. Same Maya, which is Karana, when it becomes subtly manifest, it is called Mahat Tattva. Through that Mahat Tattva now, the Paramatma alone is Hiranyagarbha. Then the Mahat Tattva gross, subtle matter, expresses as the entire gross world of so many names, forms. Through that the Paramatma is called Virat Purusha. So Paramatma Maya से ईश्वर, महत से हिरण्यगर्भ और विश्व समष्टि स्थूल जगत के द्वारा is called as Virat Purusha. Purusha identified with Virat Jagat is Virat Purusha. Purusha identified with the Mahatattva is Hiranyagarbha. Purusha identified with the, identified means identifying, functioning, etc. Through the Maya is called Ishvara. So Dve, Vidya Vidye, Akshare, in the imperishable, Brahma Pare, in that Akshara reality which is beyond the Hiranyagarbha. Okay, Brahma Hiranyagarbhat Pare, Brahma Pare. Or we have no objection. Brahma Pare means Parasmin va Brahmani. In that Parasmin Brahmani, in that Parabrahma, these two Vidyas are rooted. So, what is the sentence being explained word by word? These two called as Vidya and Avidya are supported and rooted in the Akshara Parabrahma. And we are trying to understand with Bhashya. That's the greatest practice because भाष्यकारा gives the true meaning of these mantra. Otherwise, कोई भी अपने vocabulary अपने दिमाग के लेवल से किसी भी चीज को इंटरप्रेट कर सकता है ना? Like I can interpret with my small intellect what is India's response to the American impositions of all the tariffs. I can imagine. See, मेरे दिमाग से. But what they are having, they only know it certainly. So I can, with my own imagination, I can think, should India go with the UK? How much reliable is UK? I can think with my thinking, if you compare with US and UK is more reliable than US. But दोनों गुंडे हैं, दोनों एक दूसरे को कभी भी मिल सकते हैं and they can destroy our nation. They can't because their fellows have ruled and ruined our country for us 200 years. Till now एक बार सॉरी भी नहीं कहा गधों ने कि हमने इतना आपके देश को तबाह किया कर. How can you trust Britain and US, UK? That's my thinking, I'm telling. Therefore, don't trust. But diplomatically, at the moment, you have to escape the crisis. Therefore, whatever is immediately available, you have to go through. Immediately available option till the proper settling happens. This is my thinking. But the experts in the international affairs, they have their own interpretation. They have Adya Shankara's Bhasha is ultimate. Through that, we have to study. So द्वे दो चीजें कौन है वो विद्या विद्ये they are supported by whom akshara the imperishable brahmapara that brahman who is beyond hiranyagarbha or the brahmapara word directly can say in that parabrahma brahmapare parabrahman parabrahmani parasmin brahmani. Okay, next word is what? Anante, that parabrahma on whom this vidya and avidya are supported or rooted. He is beyond Hiranyagarbha, he is Akshara, as well as he is Ananta. See, these are the words on which we have to contemplate and understand about the truth that this is of this nature. उपनिषदों का अध्ययन का ये उद्देश्य है. Upanishad's purpose is not to tell us about Vidya and Avidya, tell us about the world and creation and Jiva. No, no, no. Upanishad ka uddyansha is to direct our attention to the Brahman. Upanishad is Brahma Vidya. It is not Laukika Vidya. ब्रह्म विद्या होता है उपनिषद में ब्रह्म विद्या ही इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. सो दो सो मेनी अदर थिंग्स आर सेड बट द फाइनल उद्देश्य ऑफ द उपनिषद इज ब्रह्म विद्या. ठीक है. सो based on this brahman only are this vidya and avidya. Among them we are caught up in avidya. Let us get rid of it with the help of vidya. That is the main thing it want to be, this shloka wants to convey to us. But here the rishi has used words so beautifully that if we don't analyze all of them and understand, we miss the treasure of knowledge. That's why we are slowly going through. So, dve, vidya, vidye, do cheeze, vidya or avidya, they are rooted in what? Akshara, that Paramatma is imperishable. Then Brahma Pare, that Paramatma is Akshara as well as Brahma Para beyond Hiranyagarbha or Parabrahma only. The third word is Anante, that Akshar Parabrahma who is Parabrahma, who is Brahma Para is also Ananta. Ananta word, what way Bhagavan Shankara is explaining? Anante means Deshatah, Kalatah, Vastutah va Anante Aparichinne. There Paramatma who is Aparichinna, unconditioned by or infinite with regard to Desha Kala Vastu. Ananta means Deshatah, Kalatah, Vastutah Anantah. Ananta also means Aparichinna by Desha Kala Vastu. That's what I said. These shlokas with Bhashya have deep meaning. We have to have patience to understand. So, Deshataha Anantaha means what? That Parabrahma is in all Desha. Kalataha Ananta means what? Parabrahma is there in all Kala time. Vastutaha Ananta is means what? That Paramatma is not is there in all objects. This is one meaning of Ananta Shabd. अनदर शब्द अनर्थ में सूक्ष्म मीनिंग क्या है अनंत शब्द का कि दिस देश काल वस्तु बी अटेंड व्हिच आर द कॉन्सेप्ट्स ऑफ द माइंड और इंटेलेक्ट दे डू नॉट influence or limit this Paramatma. That's the meaning of Ananta. Ananta means aparichhinna, unconditioned by these three. These are only concepts, na? Desha Kala Vastu. Which, where are they when you are in sleep? In sleep, are we aware that which desha we are in? In sleep, are we aware what is the time? In sleep, are we aware that we are a human or buffalo or prime minister or husband? Which vastu we are? The moment we wake up, immediately we know all this. What is waking up? The mana or buddhi coming into expression. Therefore, they are all valid only when their mana or buddhi is there. So, mana buddhi से कल्पित देश काल वस्तु इस परमात्मा को परिच्छिन्न नहीं करते हैं. That aparichinnata is the meaning of ananta. The other meaning is what? Deshatah kalata vastu ananta means he is there in at all times, in all places, in all objects. See that? When you read Bhashyam, then only you understand that two ways the word ananta can be understood. Brahma Pare also two meanings he gave. Brahma is Hiranyagarbha, Para means beyond. Or Brahma Para means Parasmin Brahmani, Shuddha Brahma only. So to Anante means Deshatah Kalata Vastutha Ananta Va Deshatah Kalata Vastu Aparichinna. He is there in all times, all places, all objects, or the concept of time, place, object, which are the concept of the intellect, do not limit Paramatma. He doesn't come under the definition of them, Aparichinna. So, Anante, in that Brahman Paramatma, then Yatra, in that Paramatma, who is Ananta, who is Brahmapara, who is Akshara, Yatra, in Himma, yes, Yatra means Yasmin, in whom, Dve, these two, which are they? Vidya, Vidya, both of them, Nihite means Sthapite, Gudhe means Anabhivyakte. Sthapite means they are established in. Gudhe means Anabhivyakte means unless you become aware of them, you are not knowing them. Anabhivyakta. In another meaning, it is what Anabhivyakta means. In the pure Brahman, these Vidya and Avidya are non-differentiably one with him. Underline this word, non-differentiably one with him. In the pure Brahman. Okay. Then from that Brahman, they come into manifestation. At the time of manifestation, they appear to get differentiated. There is a meaning of Gudhe. Nihita means supported, like I am speaking to you. So the speech is Nihita in me, supported by me, my speech. And when I am not speaking, where this speech has gone? It has gone to become one with me, inseparable. Isn't it? I alone am there. Where has my speech gone? It has gone into me only. It can't not gone to you into you, no. और कहीं थोड़ी गई है मेरे स्पीच मेरे अंदर ही गई है दैट्स कॉल्ड गूढ़ा so it is undifferentiably has merged in me and when I have to speak again to you again it gets manifested at that time there is as if differentiation what is differentiation I and my speech मैं और मेरा वक्तव्य differentiated when at the time of manifesting when I don't manifest the speech where has it gone. It is into me. Into me, is it differentiated? No. Undifferentiated. That undifferentiated way, Niguda, or this Vidya and Avidya in Brahma. And when they have to manifest, they get manifested as if they are differentiated from Paramatma. And yet, even at the time of performance or presence, they are supported by the Paramatma. Like, even though my speech I say, at that time I end my speech, there are two things separated, differentiated, yet my speech can never exist without me. So, Dve Vidya Vidya. Both of them are Nihite, Stapite, Gudhe Pratishtite, Anavivyakte, in which these two are rooted and existing and manifest at the highest level in the Akshara Parabrahma, which is Brahmapara, which is also Nitya. Nitya means Deshatah, Kalatah, Vastutah, Apastugata. That's the meaning of Nityata. What is the meaning of Brahmapara? He is beyond Hiranyagarbha or Parabrahma himself. What is the meaning of Akshara? Never gets perishable. So imperishable, beyond Hiranyagarbha, the pure Brahma who is not conditioned by Deshakala Vastu or who is in there on all Deshakala Vastu, in him the Paramatma, the Vidya and Avidya, these two are Nihita, Sthapita and Gudha Anavyakta. See that? Every word, every sentence and total thought. So they, dve, akshare, brahma pare, tvanante, vidya vidye, nihite yatra gudhe. Up to this we understood. And among these two, what is the role of avidya, what is the role of vidya? Little exhaustively to be studied, we will see it tomorrow. And what is Paramatma? Saha anya. ये सारा तमाशा जब चल रहा है, he is never touched only. See that? This is what the pure Vedanta. And if we are able to understand, then that means we are tuned and we are qualified and we are pure and we are blessed by the Lord. Nahi hai, to keep on trying with the prayers, then abilities come for us to understand and see through that understanding what is the utilization of that understanding. Mainly a ज्ञान का क्या उद्देश्य है हमको पता हो. Why I should gain this knowledge? That's the main important. ना बिना कोई प्रयोजन तो कुछ काम तो नहीं करना चाहिए. Here the prayojan is, I am that Brahman. In me, that Brahman only, there is avidya, vidya are both projected. Avidya binds, vidya liberates. I am neither bound, therefore, nor I need to be liberated. I am that state of self. मिस्टेक है ना, थोड़ा मुश्किल है ना. हाँ, मुश्किल ही है वो. फिर we have to become pure and qualified to catch it. So, Bhagavan Shankara says, Vidya Vidya Vivichya Darshayati. Now, what is Vidya, what is Avidya, what is their role? Separate karke Rishi keh rahe. What is the purpose of Avidya, what is the purpose of Vidya? We'll see tomorrow. Om, 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 Purnamada Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vasishyate. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणम् अस्तु. Thank you. Join for Gita also, friends. Om.